Power on self-test post beeps. Every computer goes through a morning routine when it wakes up, and this routine is called the power on self-test, or post. Before the computer can even turn on its screen to show you a logo or load the operating system, it needs to make sure its most critical physical parts are actually plugged in and working. It checks the processor, the memory, and the video card. But because the screen is not active yet, the computer cannot simply display an error message if something is wrong. Instead, it talks to you using sound. It uses a tiny speaker attached to the motherboard to emit a series of beeps, almost like Morse code, to tell you exactly where the startup process failed. Understanding this language is an essential skill for the CompTIA A+ Core 1 exam, specifically when you are given a scenario to troubleshoot motherboards, random access memory, central processing units, and power. To achieve your perfect score of 900, you need to understand the technical mechanics behind these beeps and how to resolve the underlying hardware failures. The post is a firmware routine permanently stored on the motherboard's basic input-output system, or BIOS, and the Unified Extensible Firmware Interface, or UEFI. When you press the power button, the power supply sends a power good signal to the processor, which then immediately looks to the BIOS for its first set of instructions. The BIOS then sequentially tests the hardware. If a component fails to report back, the BIOS halts the boot process and triggers the beep code. While specific beep codes vary depending on the manufacturer of the BIOS, such as American Megatrends or Phoenix, there are general patterns you must recognize. A single short beep usually means the system passed the test and is booting normally. However, a continuous, repeating short beep or a series of long beeps almost always points to critical memory failure, meaning the RAM sticks are either dead, incompatible, or simply need to be taken out and reseated firmly into their slots. A pattern of one long beep followed by 2 or 3 short beeps is the classic indicator of a video card failure, meaning the computer cannot initialize the display. When you encounter a system that gives you a blank screen and emits these error beeps, your troubleshooting methodology must be precise. First, you should consult the specific motherboard manual to translate the exact beep code pattern. Next, you isolate the issue by stripping the motherboard down to its bare essentials, leaving only the processor, one stick of RAM, and the power supply connected. If the beeps change or go away, you know the component you removed was causing the short. Sometimes, a computer will fail the post, but the tiny motherboard speaker is broken or missing, leaving you with a silent, dead machine. In this scenario, a professional technician uses a post-diagnostic card. This card plugs directly into a peripheral component interconnect express slot on the motherboard. As the BIOS runs its tests, the post card intercepts the digital diagnostic signals and displays a 2-digit hexadecimal code on a small screen. You can then look up this specific alphanumeric code to pinpoint the exact microchip or circuit that is failing, allowing you to quickly decide if the motherboard can be salvaged or if it must be completely replaced.